Hey, good morning, everybody. It's one funny morning. Uppie, uppie, uppie. It's Ugly Monday. Welcome to One Funny Morning Show.
From Monday to Friday.
And sometimes on Saturday.
Why would you say that in front of all these people?
You never know what's gonna happen.
Carmen.
Cortez.
Good morning, everybody.
What's outside your weather door?
Good morning. Uppie, 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 everybody.
I'm Cassie from Orange County, California, and I might as well live in my car with as much time as I spend driving my kids around. You're watching One Funny Morning with your host, Dina Blizzard.
Hey, everybody. I actually think I showed that one twice now. Oh, I should go through these. Anyway, good morning. Uppie, uppie, uppie. It's a beautiful morning. I'm awake, but not functional. Jen Taylor, I totally agree with you. It was, Allie, the same video. You know, some people that had like a real morning show would probably have noticed that. I don't, you know what? Let's go to the director and the producers of the show and find out what happened. What happened, crew, that you would be so disorganized as to play the same, full of excuses. I'll deal with them later. One day there'll be people here. I don't know when that would be, but whatever. Sherry Vin. What a good name. Is that short for Sherry Vino? Because I wish it was. And then we would be friends and hang out all the time. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Smergen Gergen. I thought this was going to be a repeat. Carrie, most days it is. Voice is still going. Yeah. So let's talk about my voice. Good morning, Board 247. We have lots of people joining us on the YouTube now, which is exciting. Are you live on YouTube? I am, Diane. I don't know how I did it, but I did. And I'm going to try to go live on Insta one day too. This is going to be an ugly Monday. So I will apologize now for my voice. I'm going to just put this ketchup away. I guess it was starting Friday. I went to my gig Friday, which, by the way, had a great time. Friday night, I did a gig at a beautiful winery. Larita Winery, I think. I got a notification you were live on YouTube, but not on Facebook. Well, Jill, you just never know. Now I see you, Fam Farm, SW Fam Farm. So I had the gig, and it was lovely. It was lovely to see all of our fans and get some new fans. And somebody was trying to mess with me. So it was a winery, right? And I had like all these round tables and stuff. I thought your crew was going to be you turning the camera on, showing the dogs. Oh, I'm sure it will be. I'd be like, Lulu, why didn't you get these videos right? I'll have to tell Stephanie. Stephanie, you're going to declare this out because I'll just hit a button. If it's there, it's going to go live. Anyway, so the guy that books these winery things, I love him to death. He does a great job. But the stages that he puts up at these winery events, approximately this big. I'm a big girl, okay? And I talk with my hands, which puts me off balance, and I walk a lot. And I know I'm just going to fall off of these stages. So most of the time when he books me, if he's there, I make him pick it up and move it. I'm like, just get this box out of here, this cardboard box that you brought. I can't. Anyway, the gig, the stage is very small. So I'm sitting on the floor talking to the peoples. There's this old guy, so small, Luann. This is an old guy in the front, okay? And I'm guessing his wife / girlfriend. I'm very specific about how I ask people now. Anyway, I said, hey, sir, what's your name? He says, Harvey Cedars. Love the idea of coming in. What could possibly go wrong? Exactly. Sherry, then. I knew I'd like you. And he says Harvey Cedars, which is a very funny name. It has a very like melodic tone to it, but it sounds like an old folks home. I said, Harvey Cedars, that's where people go to die. Turns out, not only does it sound like a retirement facility, but it's a town in Long Beach Island. And I feel like I knew it, but I didn't in the moment. And so he was playing games with me. And then there was a guy in the front. I think his name was Mark. Did you ever meet somebody? It isn't a place in LBI. Sherry, see, you're quicker than I am. Did you ever meet somebody? I would imagine it's mostly men. I don't know what it is. But when they look at you, it's with such intensity that it just goes right through you. Just, right? So he's sitting up front, kind of a big guy. He's got his girlfriend with him. I could tell it was his girlfriend because they was touching. And she like on him. And, but his glare was so intense. And I was like, so what do you do? And he was like, don't worry about it. And I was like, it was intense, y'all. And I was just like, oh, okay. It was just so funny. And like, you have to always take into account, like when you're doing stand-up, like I can see him, right? But most people are facing this direction. But the stage, it had, tables all around the stage. So there was a group of girls. I'm like, did you see that? And all of us were, it was intense. Very intense. Kensal, have you done these winery shows? You have. You were with me, the one. But all the stages Eddie puts up are like this big. I'm like, I am not standing up there. I will not have video of me falling off of this tiny box, telling jokes, slinging jokes, and falling on my face. So anyway, he was so funny. This guy, Mark, was so funny and just so intense. Yeah, no, he didn't put me off my game. I actually loved him to death. And he was so nice. I've tortured him for sure. But he was very nice. And then after the show, he was funny. Him and his girlfriend had been dating for like a month, I think. And after the show, he's like, hey, it was really nice meeting you. It was really lovely. And he says, do you want to guess what I do for a living? I said, okay, let's play this game. He goes, guess what I do? And just the way he said it with his big fat head, I was like, you're a policeman. He was like, that's right. I was like, I should have known. So intense. So intense. It was so funny. But he was lovely. Then, so like one of your jobs going into stand-up, right? Like going like back to go on stage, right? So I was the headliner. There's two other comics up. And part of your job is to watch the audience and how they're reacting to the comics before you and what do these interactions look like. Fine. There is a fella. Okay. Louie, do you remember this? There's a guy in the audience. Your fella. With the ugliest shirt I've ever seen in my entire life. It was a black shirt. Louie, did anybody see what was on it? Maybe Unfiltered Kathy saw. Black button-down shirt. Good morning, Kimberly. And I don't know, bacon, maybe like an umbrella from the beach. I don't know. Super ugly. I couldn't get close. It hurt my eyes. But he's like sitting in the middle. He was at my table. What was on his shirt? It was so ugly. Why am I telling you this? Because there had to be, I don't know, 150, 160 people there. They were sunsets, even dumber than I thought. There's 160 people here. Everybody's facing this direction. Harvey Cedars, big head cop. Everybody is facing this direction, watching the comic. And they were facing the man with his ugly shirt on, right? Why did it stand out? A lot of guys wear ugly shirts. See, I'll tell you why. Because the woman that he was with, maybe it's his wife, based on how she was groping him, I got to say, horny girlfriend? I don't know. Or maybe that's how marriage works. Maybe you just got to be horn dog with your husband for, I don't know. But she was so, if she got her both her arms around, I think her leg came up and wrapped around the front in the middle of the comedy show. Mary, did you see it, Mary Coat? She was the white Luann. It was so funny because everybody like this. Ha ha ha. Listening to a comedy show. This lady, full on erotica happening with this guy with the ugly shirt. She was holding on to him tight. Yes. And it was so funny because by the time I get up there, it was just so funny to me. I said, can I just take a moment to point out this ugly shirt? And the woman that is trying to have sex with him through the shirt during the show. And it was just, and they were laughing. They were so funny. He was like, she bought me this. I was like, of course she did. Because she loves you so much. She wants to be with you so much. She was like, let me buy the ugliest shirt I can find so no other woman looks at this man because he is mine. It was a very interesting philosophy. When you find the one you love, give them the ugliest shirt. You want them to fade. Yeah, Tanya, fade into the distance. He could be the hottest guy in the world and you'll be like, what is that, sunsets on a black ugly shirt? What do you got, bacon on there? And she was like, they will not come near you and you will be mine forever. I have never tried this philosophy. Maybe this works. Ladies, listen, Sharon, and I expect Jim to be in the ugliest shirt next time I see you. And you should be humping him from the back. Don't do that in front of me. But it was a display. Maybe it was the shirt that turned her on. I don't know. But I've never seen it. These people were like that. They were late to the work because they needed to consummate their marriage. Wow. Something to think about, Joanna. If you love your husband or boyfriend, lover, friend, you buy him ugly shirts. Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. Kylie, get on it. That's your problem right there. Things that make you go, smirking, gurgling. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It was crazy. The peacock shirt did seem to work, at least for you, Joey Joe. Listen, of all the people that were in on the peacock shirts on the peacock trip, somehow Joey Joe walked away with the best picture. I'm doing it all wrong. Yeah, your husband Peter had a nice shirt on, and that's your problem, Mary. And that's why you better keep an eye on them. Dress them ugly. Challenge accepted. My husband started out with ugly shirts. I had to remake his wardrobe. Katie, what are you, crazy? Trying to make him look nice? Girl, you playing with fire. Playing with fire. Did he think the shirt was? Yeah, Rebecca. He said, she bought it for me. I said, you know it's ugly. Yeah, but she bought it for me. I said, she's trying to keep you ugly. Mary, we all know you're only with Peter for his body. Yeah. Speaking of funny pictures, let's get to it. So last night we had Walla cooking with Di, and it did not disappoint. I think she took her presents with you, but I did get one picture. So last night we did cooking with Di on the supporter page. Oh, Jurgen, we got to talk. I saw your pictures. We gotta catch up. Maybe tomorrow sometime we could do a call. You're not wrong. I had to kick out one of our bridesmaids for declaring her love to him. Katie. What? That's crazy. But Birthday dinner about time. Oh, you're all watching. Happy birthday. Is it your birthday? Oh, Jurgen. Everybody say happy birthday to Jurgen, even if it's not his birthday. I hope you got an ugly shirt from Wim. I don't know if you've been paying attention, but if you really love somebody, you have to dress them up as ugly as possible and hump them from behind. That's an American thing. Anyway, so last night we did Voila Cooking with Di. Now, this is the first Voila since I got back from my European vacation. Oh, it is his birthday. Handsome. So when I was overseas, and I was in Amalfi. Amalfi was the time we had the most downtime. It was really relaxing and lovely. And I found 2 presents for Diana. One, I don't have a picture of, so I'll have to show it to you another day. Just woke up. Good morning, Judy. The other one is this. Let me pull it up. I found this apron for Diana, and I invite all of you to become a supporter just to hang out with my mom in this apron. I saw the apron. It was in Italy, and I walked by, and I was like, this screams Diana and her love of her Italian heritage. And I think that based on the picture, you will agree. Let me see if I do this and I do this, will it show up? There it is. Look at that. I think it's perfect. If you're not quite sure what you're looking at, those are tomatoes, not nipples, okay? Because this is not a pornographic show, okay? And that's basil. Because who's not going to cook a basil? And she loves it, you guys. I don't. So many people. So I gave her this apron at the beginning of the show. And a bunch of people were like, I literally just tuned in and I thought your mom was naked. And I was like, A, nobody wants that. That will never happen. Yeah. To show up on my TV for Blueberry. Oh yeah, no, don't let your children see this. Yeah. So this was a whole thing yesterday. You're welcome. It looks like her pants were down by her ankles. Oh yeah, and she wore it the whole time. Yeah. Morning. Good morning, Carol. Welcome. Surprised because it's not sounding normally. It was my 30s and I need to spice things up. Kezia. Just go to Amalfi. So yeah, it was a lot of fun last night. Making the things with Diana with a straight face. And we made. Did she not leave any yet? I think she took them all or froze them. Yeah, so last night we made homemade gluten-free whoopie pies. They were really good. She did a good job. So anyway, so that was yesterday. So sometime after the comedy show and into Saturday, I lost my voice. I'm not quite sure. Yeah. Oh, and it's going to be great for the OPB, Old People Brothel. No, I think my whoopie pies are frozen. I think she stuck them because into the freezer because the kids and I are getting together for 4th of July, and so we like to take it and freeze it. That's our new thing. Anyway, what else? So then I lost my voice. Then I went to Jacqueline's comedy thing. Did you guys see the picture? So proud. So in Philadelphia, they have a competition called Philly's Funniest. And there's 130 comedians that compete over the course of a couple of weeks, and they do rounds. So like this is the first round. And then if you advance, you get to go to the next round and the whole thing. So there were 10 comics slated to be on it, and they were going to pick 3 comics to move ahead. One of the comics didn't show up. So if there's not 10 people participating, only 2 people move ahead. And Jacqueline came in 3rd. So she did not move ahead, but she did so well. She went up. I don't know what the heck she was saying. But it was just funny, like going to the club. So both Dean and Jacqueline work at this club. So they know, like, the people that work there, they feel very comfortable there, which is like the greatest way to try to do stand up. And but it's just very funny when I go. I'm gonna punch Colby in the face. Colby! Everybody get in here. Now, get off of the couch. Get down. You're bad. But it's very funny to go to the club and just be Jacqueline and Dean's mom. Like, I don't play that club. So I don't think anybody knows me there. So I just blend in the background. But it's just very funny to just go as like their mom. I don't know if anybody's at that age where, like, of course you're like your kid's mom when they're like in grammar school, right? And you're dropping off and all the stuff, right? But then there's a point where your kids grow up and get jobs, right? And then you go in to meet like their coworkers or their boss, and you're just like, oh, this is Jacqueline's mom. So now I'm just known as Jacqueline's mom, which I love. So I don't go hang out in the green room. I don't do anything that a comedian would normally do if I was like working the club. I feel like I should have like a little purse and like and just like some big earrings, and I should just stand. I'd be like, so where should I sit? It was just so funny. And I literally couldn't go through about, oh, there's a lot of talk about cows. So anyway, so she did a great job, and she goes, I'm just upset because she said there's 160 people that started. She says of the 30 people that are already advanced, only 4 of them are women. She's like, I just wanted to advance just so there could be more women in the finals, right? I was like, girl, I get you. Because ironically, 20 years ago when I started, hey, Tina, that was probably the same numbers. The numbers have not gone up. So anyway, but she did great. I told her, I was like, listen, I have a tape of you from like probably 3 months ago, and then the tape of her this past weekend. And you can just already see like how much she's progressed. And, I feel like everybody, when they start stand up, part of it is trying to make yourself feel comfortable on stage. And then the other part of it is trying to be funny. And those two things don't always happen at the same time. Like, you could be comfortable on stage for a long time and still not be funny. And then you could be funny and you're not really comfortable at all. So they come at different times. And so it's kind of interesting to watch. It was funny because of the 9 that went up, there were 3 women and 6 boys. And it was very funny to watch how people come out. They were all fairly new comics. But it's just funny that these guys specifically would come out with such confidence and just their posturing. They would come out and they would look like they knew what they were doing. And I was like, okay, this could be funny. This might be funny. And then no. But it's just funny that the men would automatically come out with such confidence and then slowly fall away. Where all the all the women came out a little bit more timid and then worked up. It's interesting. So Dean's is this weekend. So we're going to go see Dean do his first round. I think my mom's in the next weekend after that. I'm going to just have my whole family in this competition. So it was great. We had a good time. Oh my gosh. Let me tell you this crazy thing that I read. Hold on. I normally am on my phone and I switch it this way, but this was the craziest story. Listen to this. Okay. Here's the title. Are you ready? Sit down. Belgium. Oh, that's you, Jurgen. This is a story for you. This is crazy because I've never heard this happening before. Belgium was out of hurdlers. Okay, let me give this some frame of reference. This is Saturday at the European Team Championships in Krakow, Poland. Okay, so this is like a meet that I'm sure eventually is going to lead to somebody going to go to the Olympics. Okay, so that they're a European meet. Here's the title. Belgium was out of hurdlers. They done ran out. I don't know how you run out, but they do. So a shot putter agreed to run. What? Who? A shot putter agreed to run. Now you're saying, Dina, why are you telling me this? Because, okay, the shot putter's name is Yolan Bumbepakau. That's probably how Jurgen would have pronounced it. It said she's a head taller than every other woman in the second heat of the 100-meter hurdles. She regularly competes in shot put, hammer throw, and discus. And she is a tall, muscular woman. The perfect body type for a shot putter, a hammer toe, or whatever they're talking about, at a discus. Okay? Yeah, Stephanie, did you see the video? She is like, muscles. Did you ever see hurdlers? Tiny people. Tam said it's the best story ever. They said Belgium needed a hurdler, any hurdler. The two it had brought to the meet were injured. And if Belgium did not send a runner to the starting line in the 100-meter hurdles, its team would have had to have been disqualified. So when it became clear there were no other candidates to step in, this girl, Yolan, steps in and she's cracking up the whole time, Dar. She looked out of place. She didn't care. She was like, listen, you need somebody to go run this race. She got a big shot putter. She just shot put in her hand. She's like, you want me to run? You want me to what? Jump over those hurdles? She wasn't even trying. It was like as if they had asked me or Diana. She was like, listen, if nobody does it, then we're all out. So I'll do it. So they're lined up and it's like fifth grader, senior in high school, just body types completely different. Okay. And she's over here, she's shaking her legs out. She's like, I don't even know how you get ready for this. The funniest thing. And then boom, the gun goes off. They start running. Now you've seen hurdlers. They're supposed to. I don't know how they do it. They get this leg and this leg goes out first. And then they do this and the other leg follows. I don't know how. I'm almost positive. I would have been mangled up. Mangled. Yeah. No, she was pretty tall. But here's the funny thing. She wasn't trying. She was like, listen, I told them I'll do it as long as there's no risk to me. Like, I don't want to hurt myself. And my chances for this thing later. So you never saw anybody enjoy hurdling at a major track and field event ever. until you watch this girl. So when you get a chance, put in shot put hurdler Belgium, and you will see her. And she runs like this, right? Not even good. And then she gets to the hurdle and she's like, it's a hurdle. It's not even like 100-yard dash. Okay. Hurdle. She got to do that like 10 more times. 10 more times. And I'm going to be honest. I mean, if there were 10 girls in it, she definitely came in number 10, but number 9 wasn't that far away. And I was like, number 9 got a problem because she not a hurdler. And I was just like, if there could be a thing where, you know how they have seat fillers at the Oscars? Where just random people could sign up to just be in the wings for a major track and field event. And at any moment, they can be like, Blizzard, come on up. I'd be like, what is it? They're like, we need you to do the long jump. What? What does that look like? And they're like, you just run and then throw your body. I'm like, dive. They're like, don't dive. Feet first. Feet first. And then I fall. They're like, no, fall forward. Fall forward with my feet. She ran it in 32 seconds. What's a good number, Bonnie? I have no idea. I look like a dum-dum, but I keep showing up. That's exactly right. I'd been for a, can you imagine if they were like, Tanya, put the cookie down. Tanya, cookie down. Come on out. We need you for the shot put. I mean, for the pole vault. The what? Listen, I'll give you this big stick. Oh, this ain't a good idea. Can you imagine? Mm-hmm. The winner ran it in 13 seconds. She only added 10 seconds. Oh, I'd be a lot later than that. Don't give her any ideas. And she is not a woman that is tiny, and she don't care. She muscle, but she was like, listen, I'll do it, but I'm not going to hurt myself. Like that. It was, she walked over the hurdles. Man, how is she going to do it? Listen, I would have crawled underneath it. I'd have been like, hold up. Down here. I got it. One's done. Let me do the next one. Hold on. I got it. Do you have to go over? I don't know. I'm just saying. The greatest story I've ever shared. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So good. So good. She finished 30. You know what? That's still probably a better score than I would have done. I can't lift my leg that high. No. Yes, required to go over. Oh, Terry. I would have knocked him over and walked on him. I would have sat on the hurdle, swung my legs, maybe stopped for a margarita. You can knock them down, but you have to go over them. It's going to be a lot harder. Yeah. Yeah. So funny. So funny. So that was my favorite story from over this weekend. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, listen. All good things. Going under, she would have collected hurdles on her back. Oh, that's true. I think that's the whole point of the hurdle. You're supposed to go, yeah. Could you knock it down on purpose and step over? Yeah, Aaron. Aaron, she was basically playing Olympic track and field. Is what I tried hurdles in junior high. I fell on my face. Exactly. I don't know. And you know what's so crazy? Like when you watch those hurdlers, like when they're going fast, it's like, it's got to be so timed out, right? Because it's this leg goes up, boom, boom, boom. And then they lean forward. I don't know how they do it, but they make it look so easy and so smooth. So smooth. Mm-hmm. Stepping over the hurdles is hilarious. Lori, it's so funny. Yeah. And one of the when she gets to the end, all the other actual hurdlers come over and like hug her and high five her. It was lovely. They're like, girl, we've been training this our whole life. She's like, you guys know I actually throw stuff, real heavy stuff. Like, could you imagine if one of those track runners had to like step in on shot put? They'd be like, what? You mean we throw what? Mm-hmm. 100 at his senior year. Wow. 110 hurdles. Wow. I'd be like, can someone maybe just push? Just help me. Just, yeah. I don't know. It was great. It was great. So I finished Seinfeld. I told people that I started watching Seinfeld from the very beginning. And then I watched every episode for 9 seasons and I just finished it. And it was funny because if you watch it, like it starts off like new and like a little clunky, and then it hits its stride, right? Like I'd say like year 7 is when like Mulva and when he has the Merv Griffin set, like all of the ones that everybody knows, right? But somewhere around like the end of the 8th season, early 9th season, you're just like, that's not as good. So it was good. But I still remember when it went off the air and it was like, gosh, what happens now? Elaine's dancing. Oh, it was so good. And Putty. I mean, the cast of characters that they had were just so funny. So funny. Anyway, so I'm at the Comedy Show Friday. And while the other comics are up and I'm looking at the guy, with the ugly shirt, like I just tend to kind of pace in the back of the room. Well, there was a lady there and she was like in charge of like checking everybody in, whatever. So, so she had checked everybody in. The show had started. The first comic was up. And she was just standing there. So we started talking. I said, you going to stay for this comedy show? No, I never stay. I got to get home. I got to watch my show on Hulu. Oh. I said, so you work all these shows? Mm-hmm. And you never stay? Mm-mm. I got to get home. I got better things to do. Cool. What are you doing? Watching Hulu. Got a new show I'm watching. I go, yeah, what's the show? She says, Bear or The Bear. I said, never heard of it. It's just really good. It's a cooking show. I said, a cooking show called Bear? She goes, yeah. It stars the guy from one of the sons from Shameless. I said, Shameless? I love Shameless. Is it called The Bear or is it just called Bear? It's called Bear. I said, he's a cook. She goes, no, in the show. I said, oh, it's not a reality show. She said, no. It's a story and it has this guy. What was his name in Shameless? Lip? Was it Lip? I think it was. And so anyway, yeah, it was Lip. So I was like, whatever, I'll put it up here, right? Then yesterday, I was on the Facebook, and all of a sudden an ad comes up for Bear. And I was like, Jamie Lee Curtis is joining the cast. He played Philip in the original because that was best. No, I don't. This was a TV show first? I don't know. So I watched, I think, the first 2 episodes. It's interesting. He's such a great actor. He has such an interesting face. Like you just, it's just I don't know, it's good. I don't know that I completely get it yet, what's happening. But it's real intense and Italian. And food. Jeremy Allen White is Lip's actual name. Jeremy Allen White. Oh, they're listening, Cynthia, for sure. But it was good. I feel like, I don't know if you're like that, but I feel like even when Orange is the New Black came out, everybody was just talking about it. I kept hearing about it at work. I'd hear about it here. I'd hear it there. I'm still stuck on the surrogate on mine based on Mr. Beef in Chicago. Who's Mr. Beef? Okay, wait. Who's Mr. Beef? Is an Italian restaurant located in River North, Chicago. Really? What is the bear on? He's on Hulu. It's intense, but I think it's good. He said, actually, went to college to train for the part. Really? I was going to say, like the knife skills when you just watch them making stuff. It's very interesting. Season 2 has the mom making the 7 fishes. Okay, good. I'll watch that. What is Bear about? So I don't like to always tell people too much, but I only watched 2 episodes. A fella, Carmi, comes back home to run a restaurant because his brother passed away and left him the restaurant. But he is like a very classically trained chef and he knows how to make all these really fancy things, but he's ended up in this I think it's Chicago meat sandwich sub shop. I don't know. It's a whole thing. I'm still trying to figure it all out. Do you have all the streaming services? Cheryl, it feels like I do. I do, because I talk about entertainment and that's my jam. So I feel like it's part of my job to know what people are talking about. What if I didn't? What would we talk about? I'd be like, you guys, I just got back from Joann Fabrics and I found the most amazing crochet kit where you could actually, and just so you know, I'm speaking from experience, you can actually make individual petals that are yellow with the green on the inside. You make 200 of them. Once those are finished, they'll be about 3 by 3. Then we'll take the time to then crochet them all together and make a beautiful blanket. I can't afford all the streaming services, so I rotate. That's probably a good idea. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Diane. Yeah, I mean, now talking about actually turn some of us on, Dina. Well, Judy, if I got us a crochet, I just woke up a whole bunch of ladies. That part of your life will come soon enough. I'll be ready. I had that daisy crochet by Brooke, girl. I made it in high school or college. Sometime around Miss New Jersey, Miss America. I started crocheting. I crocheted a whole bunch of blankets. Trust me. You would never be found enjoyment unless you were working. I'm telling you. Don't underestimate my facade. Underneath is a master crocheter. And part-time cellist. Super nerdy. I could do it, but I feel like we'd lose some people. I'd be like, what happened? This girl used to be real funny. And she used to know stuff. It should be a category for Miss America. And be like, so what is the program that you are going to be pushing? World peace. World peace. Tell us about that. I would like world peace for the Americas and the peoples. Remember that girl? And they're like, and what is your talent? I would like to present this 200 daisy crocheted blanket that I made. You think you could definitely funny up crochet. Yeah. How can crocheting take a turn, girl? When you're naked with that stick? Girl, shut up. Oh, boy. Why you guys make me say that? Why'd you do that? Yeah. Well, I have mad glockenspiel skills. I don't bring them out often. Not often. If you can make crocheting funny, you're a genius. Boom. Thursday nights are open. Crocheting with the VIC. What was your talent in the pageant? Mary Ellen, do you want to guess? I wish I told jokes. People think that's what it was. For a long time, I used to host Miss New Jersey and Miss America. For like 10 years. And if you ask them, they'd be like, oh my gosh, she's so funny. She's so funny. And they're like, what's her talent? Everybody goes like this. I don't know. Did she tell jokes? So I am a classically trained pianist. You have to say that real specific. Yeah. And I am pretty good at it. When I was a youngin', can get by now. But I was pretty good. Nobody remembers. Look, I am. This is actually me getting my voice back. I lost it on Saturday. And I was trying to talk to the kids or my mom, and like every other word was gone. I got a whole bunch of Rita's water ice. I just sat here drinking water ice. Thank you, Joey Joe. Yeah. Not cello. No, cello was my second instrument. My main instrument, the one I was actually good at, was piano. I did play the organ at church. When the kids were younger. Queuing up the Bear on Hulu to watch next. Good. I did. I played for Jesus. And the organ is such a funny thing. It looks like a piano, but you got to play with your feet. And then there's like all these stops. It's like a lot. You need some ANTNs because you are sick. Oh, I wish I could. I was outside all day Friday talking with girlfriends. I lost my voice. I don't know what it is, Candace, because I don't feel sick or like congested. I'm just kind of tired and lost my voice. So I actually sounded much worse than I felt, but I could lay down. I could nap for sure. But I feel like everybody I know keeps telling me about a cough they have. Like Rosie, Army Rosie, is going to come visit this weekend for 4th of July. And she was like, I just want to let you know that I have a cough, but I'm not sick. I don't know if you've been hearing this lately, because it's like the third person that said it. Dean has a cough. And everybody's like, yeah, I was sick 6 weeks ago. I feel fine, but I can't get rid of the cough. I know, Nancy, I love learning. I'm not going to lie. I'm killing it in Spanish class. Everyone here too. Everyone's blaming the wildfires in Canada. Yeah, I don't know what it is. My husband had the same. So she was just so funny. She's like, I know we're coming to visit you. I just want to let you know I have this horrible cough, but I'm not sick. And so I guess I'm part of that group. Yeah. I thought maybe it could just be the changing weather. I drink whiskey to sanitize my body from the inside out. So far, it's working. No, I did take a COVID test over the weekend. I was like, I'm positive it's not it, but you got to take it. Yeah. First time with COVID is April, May, and I'm still coughing. Yeah. So I did have a hot toddy over the weekend. So it was like hot water, bourbon, and honey. And I'm going to tell you something. Slept real good. And get a puffer. After 2 weeks, it was gone. Yeah, no, I don't have the COVID. So anyway, it was a busy weekend. Yesterday, Jacqueline and I went over to the Goodwill and bought a whole bunch of stuff for $7. Let's do the smoke from the mouth. That's what their doctor. Yeah. I do lemon tea, honey, and whiskey. Oh, yeah. I didn't have any lemon. I bought my first home at 57 years old. I am beyond thrilled. Everybody clap for Michelle Boker. Give her a hand. Stand up, Michelle. Stand up. Stand up. Yes, this is your standing ovation. Girl, anytime you buy a house, stand up, take a bow. It's a big deal. I just did it, and it's a lot of work and stressful. And I was going to go by myself. I've never bought a house before, and I never bought one by myself. It's a big deal, Michelle. Yeah. So we all congratulate you. It's a pain in the butt, Bob. So much paperwork. And it's just weird. You know, it's a lot of first times. So it is. Oh, Tanya, you got to try it. Tanya, you'd be good at it. I only buy like disgusting homes, like rundown. And you're so creative and you're so like good. You're a go-getter. You could flip and live in it and you'd love it. Thank you. I bought it last Wednesday, the 21st, and just finished unpacking everything at 4:30 this morning. Oh, Michelle, that's so exciting. It's exciting. Yeah, it's a big deal. That's big girl stuff. I think it's a wonderful thing. So, well, good. Look at all of us doing things one step at a time. It is very funny to like so many firsts me in the last 2 years, but loving it nonetheless, said Anne. Oh, I cried the day I made my last payment and my little cottage was all mine, said Judy. Judy, look at you. Look at us. You're so good at the renovations. You introduced me to Facebook Marketplace. Listen, I go down the shore and I have to get it all ready for like the renters that come. And I look around that house and I'm like, Facebook, Craigslist, Facebook, like, Marta is heading to Florence, Italy in just a few hours. Marta, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. Such exciting times. And listen, it doesn't matter where you are in that spectrum. Maybe you're like Judy and you're paid it off and it's a wonderful time. Maybe you're like Michelle and you're starting your journey and one day you'll be Judy. Or maybe you're like a little nervous to like get started or take that plunge. But I will say that I learned a lot from owning a home and how to fix it with the least amount of money that I can and still make it nice. So more things I'm feeling. Next up. So I paid my house 3 years early and didn't know it. Got the paid in full notice and thought it was spam mail. That's so funny. Painted furniture for the first time, then I bought on Facebook Marketplace. Good. 22 years into owning, so I'm getting there, said Tara. It's great. It's great times. So anyway, we're all doing good things. Look at us being big girls and boys. All right. Well, I might go make myself a hot toddy and then sleep. But I hope everybody had a great Ugly Monday. I will see our supporters tonight at 9 p.m. for the Ugly Monday giveaway. If you'd like to become a supporter, you can hit that button on your screen to subscribe and be a part of kind of growing our community. I have to say that all of our wonderful supporters are the reasons why we can add these things that we're doing and have guests on the show. And now we're going into YouTube. We're going to try to get into Instagram. And I'm just really thankful to all of you that join me every morning and for all of you that support in so many ways. And I did put in the post above that we are looking for people to send videos that say like, hey, welcome to One Funny Morning. I'm so-and-so from so-and-so, so-and-so, and you're watching One Funny Morning with Dina Blizzard. We'd love to show you. In fact, we'll show you twice, once on Friday and then again on the following Monday because I am disorganized and Lulu is not a good producer. So if you get a chance, do something about it. Kylie is so funny. So thank you to all of our supporters. If you'd like to be a part of continuing to grow this weird cult, join us on the supporter side anytime. But we'll do our giveaway tonight at 9 p.m. We have some big news tomorrow on Tipsy Tuesday. So stay tuned for that. We have some summer events planned and hopefully there's something that all of you can participate in and join us in some way. So, so thanks for watching, everybody. I'm going to go nurse my throat and have a great day and a blessed day. And I will see you guys all here tomorrow morning. All right. Have a good one. Bye.